Hello everyone and welcome to this episode. Today I would like to talk to you about raising your vibration. I want to give you a few tips on how you can do that. There are many ways to raise your vibration. These are a few that really worked for me and that are quite easy to use and to access. But before I go into that, let's talk a little bit about what is this vibration. And I'd like to go a little bit into the quantum physics without, making it too complicated. But if you look at, the fact that everything is energy and everything has its own frequency, its own speed that it vibrates to. And there have been many, they discovered many things. They did research in, physics, in biology, in music, in medicine, all these different fields where they've researched this. And if you look at things that, vibrate to their own frequency, if you look at some things can vibrate in a higher frequency and in a lower frequency. Looking at that, if you put two things together with a different frequency, quantum physics determines that the lower frequency adjusts itself to the higher frequency. It's not that it's moving towards each other. No, it's the lower one that adjusts to the higher one. And, there are many examples that there are, but they've shown this in different ways. There's been an experiment with clocks. If you have two clocks and one is a little bit faster than the other one, you put them next to each other on the wall, and the one that goes slower will adjust itself to the one that goes faster. And they've tested this with plants, in human bodies, even with the ticking of a heart and things like that. So you can definitely look it up. So what happens with people is also the same. So when we have people coming together and there's one with this higher vibration and one with a lower vibration, the one with the lower has to adjust itself to the higher one. Now with people have thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And most of the time, if there's this lower frequency that, physically needs to adjust to the higher one, people tend to get scared. So they are afraid to move up. And what will happen then is they will actually cause a discussion or a fight or whatever, or judge people or blame people or do whatever for that person to feel less, and they will actually just come down. So that would also explain, a lot of people saying, yeah, there were some people that are sort of bringing me down or, getting me to this lower vibration. And that is exactly what happens at that point. So there is also a way of talking to this, and this also happens in relationships, but, that would be a whole separate, a separate video. We can talk about that if you like. But going back to this, if you look at, the difference in vibration, you can see that, this being in a higher vibration, there are ways to stay there. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about soon. But again, looking at those lower vibrations, in order to go to that lower vibration again, people are projecting, anger at you, shame at you, guilt at you. And so these lower vibrations all hold those emotions. While if you go to the higher vibrations, you're doing what's true for you, you're doing what's light for you, you feel love, you feel generosity, you feel gratitude. Those are the sensations of a higher vibration. So what can you do? first thing is, and that's one thing that I'm very grateful for, and it's actually a tool provided by Access Consciousness, which is called a body process Access Bars. And Access Bars is a body process that involves touching 32 points on the head. And if you touch them, you will let the energy run between the points, and it will actually help you let go of the limited beliefs that you have concerning those points, those topics. And it will help you to, well, feel better, let go of those limited beliefs, and actually raise your vibration. And I'm going to come back to that in a sec when I've discussed them all. But it's a way, it's like relaxing, it's like, getting a massage or even better. And it's helping you to raise your vibration without actually having to do anything except for, receiving the treatment. So that's one. Then we're going to go to the second way of raising your vibration and also keeping it high. So as I was telling you, as you tend to get yourself or people get you in that lower vibration, we have these emotions like hate and shame and blame and guilt and fear and things like that. Those are all in the lower vibrations. Also a tool from Access Consciousness is destroying and creating all of those thoughts, feelings, and emotions, which we call the distractor implants. And all the distractor implants are designed to keep you away from your true power potency, which is then your higher vibration. So a very simple but effective tool is to destroy and uncreate those distractor implants every day. And when we look at the distractor implants, Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, wrote a very interesting book about it. But if you look at those distractor implants, there are 24. They are anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, guilt, compulsive, obsessive, addictive, perverted points of view, love, sex, jealousy, peace, life, death, living reality, business, doubt, relationship, and fear. So what you do is those are the distractor implants, and you just destroy and uncreate them. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, line, shorts, boys, and beyonds. That is the clearing statement, and I will put the link below if you need an explanation of the clearing statement. And that's what you do every day. And what it gets you to do, it gets you to be aware, it gets you to see where you function from those distractor implants, and also to see where other people function from those distractor implants. Very interesting. Which brings me actually to the third practice, which is called interesting point of view. Now, interesting point of view is something that you might not get immediately, but it's also very effective. So interesting point of view actually means that you sort of detach yourself from the meaning of everything and of everyone, including the opinion that you have yourself. So interesting point of view. So for example, when I told you with the quantum physics where you would have a higher vibration and people tend to lower your vibration by, putting guilt on you, shame on you, being angry at you, making you afraid, things like that. If you practice interesting point of view, you would actually be able to see that, wait a minute, this higher vibration, people are functioning from, distractor implants, the lower vibration. And what they're actually doing right now is they're getting me upset so that I'm going to lower to that vibration. Interesting point of view. And also if you would decide to maybe get upset or, fall into that trap, you could also just take a step back and it's like, okay, interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting that I'm choosing this behavior, which means you can change it. And well, like I said, there are so many ways to actually raise your vibration, and also, use many other techniques that are really effective. And I mean, those are something that we can talk about as well in other videos. But for now, for this video, I wanted to give you like these 3 simple tools that would actually help you. So number 1 is practice an access bar session. I mean, that is really a way to just raise your vibration and get rid of the limiting beliefs that you didn't even know you had. Because that's also the thing, we have these limiting beliefs and we don't even know we have them. So that's what access bars also does for you. Daily, destroy, non create all of the distractor implants. Because when you're in one, you also are in all the others. So very important to daily destroy, non create all the distractor implants, and practice being interesting point of view with everything. So if someone comes to you and sort of, blames you for things, or, is upset with you or whatever, the easiest thing to do is like, okay, so interesting point of view, they have that point of view. Interesting point of view, they have that point of view. It's just their point of view. It doesn't mean that it's true, and it doesn't mean that it's yours, and it definitely doesn't mean that you have to make it yours. And the same is the other way around, even with your own point of view. So make sure that you're also interesting point of view with every point of view that you have. So let's say, for example, people come after you and you actually feel less. You are upset, or you feel like you're not good enough. They're making me feel like I'm not good enough. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. And as you practice interesting point of view, I have that point of view, just using the words and just actually looking at it from a different perspective, it changes the energy. And even, if you just say the phrase a few times, okay, interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. You already feel a shift in the energy. And all these tools have really helped me along the way. And like I said, with also quite a few others, but these really jump out. And these tools are easy to use, especially, the number 2 and 3. They're like, you can just practice them immediately. And if you want to know more about access bars, I can put in a link. There are many access bars practitioners and facilitators all over the world. So, find one near you, look it up, read about it, and try it. And that's actually all I wanted to say here. I hope this was, interesting for you. I hope this helped for you. If you have any questions, just reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer those questions. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and see you next time. Bye-bye.